Okay, game start in 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome back. This is Philemon with more Riftbreaker. So, things to do today are mostly wait for Ironium to fill up so that I can make a secondary fusion power plant, which is still freaking out about how much water it's getting, even though it's getting more than enough water, more than it could ever want water. Again, it's just unfortunate how the pipe systems work in the game. It's nothing I can do about it, but it is getting its power. It's only barely fluctuating between what its maximum output and its realistic output is, so we're still doing fine in that regard. Things to think about in the meantime. So in order to make more of those power plants, we need a minimum of 17,000 carbonium and then 35.2 thousand ironium, and then a bunch of the other minerals as well. Good thing we don't need any more palladium, or we don't need to go really and gather a whole bunch more palladium, but it seems like we're only going to be able to make one more of these based on our current palladium value. That'll be interesting, if nothing else. But a 5,000 energy boost, it's significant. So I can use up a little bit of the carbonium that we've got left over for the moment. So let's upgrade even more material storage. You can't go wrong with that. Can these be upgraded? Yes, they can. More ammo storage, always nice. Oh, our ammo factories. Oh, but let's take our own. Never mind. No upgrading those. We want things that only upgrade based on carbonium, because that's the thing that we have an abundance of, as opposed to ironium, which is going to take some time. Okay, I could upgrade this, but that would take 4,000 ironium, so I'm not going to do that. Sounds like the worst thing I could do right now. Even with low wind power, we are still fairly stable because of our ridiculous power and infrastructure, which is going to get even more ridiculous in a few minutes. So next thing to think about... Ooh, upgrade you for not a whole lot of ironium. I like power. Don't judge me. Okay. So, for the most part, in this area, it feels like we get attacked from down here, which is fine. Just means it needs good defenses, which I would say for the most part we've got, and especially once we can actually get the plasma to start flowing in this area, oh boy, are these defenses going to be nigh impregnable. I say that now. I understand that I'm saying that now before I've actually had a chance to experience what quote-unquote nigh impregnable actually entails, but it'll be fine. There's nothing really to worry about, I'm sure. Again, saying that now before having actually experienced any more of the waves that this game is going to throw at me before we're done here. So we've got plenty of defense down here. That's not really going to be much of a concern. The places that we don't have defended very well at the moment are kind of our in-betweens, and then especially up here, but it felt like for the most part they weren't doing a whole lot of attacking up here. But I think what we can, well, I really want to build that next tower before moving on, or I want to build that next power plant, and then this guy's not producing anything, so he can go. Oh, wait, was that actually on active carbonium.
The technology queue is empty.
That's crazy. Well, we can make much better use of that space now. So slap that guy on there, because that is way more effective for what that's supposed to be doing. Okay, so you are producing science. I could upgrade you, but that would be another 10,000 ironium, which I don't want to use. You cost ironium. Everything costs ironium. Just feel like it's ironic. Ha ha ha. Let's do some mass upgrading of things in this area. I bet that's really all we need in order to make sure that we've got a sterling defense over here. No, just all the things get some nice upgrades.
The technology queue is idle.
Look at all that
Select
go.
new technologies for development.
Make sure that things get to level 3s, which costs ironium. It hurts, but it's gotta be done. It's gotta be done. For the good of everything, it must be done. I mean, not all of the stuff that I'm doing costs ironium. It's just the, you know, the towers mostly that are costing that. Make sure everything here is getting it. Yeah, this little infrastructure area, which actually isn't producing me anything, but can get rid of all that. Okay. Well, it's something. It's a defense. It's... In case something arrives in that area, I would much rather have that defended than not defended, so... Okay. That'll do. This section should be well enough off, and worst comes to worst, we've got the teleporter pad that we can just pop over and do a bunch of our own damage over here. So, I'm not overly concerned, I don't think. Who knows? Maybe I am. But for now, we're gonna call it not overly concerned. We're just gonna have to wait for even more of that ironium to come in. Ooh, thing that I can... energy wall takes ironium. It hurts. Why? Why do these things require the hardest to get resource? Or, well, maybe not the hardest to get, it's just... feels like it does things more slowly. Goodbye, ironium. Your generator, your
The technology
whatever.
queue is idle.
You're not
Select new
providing me any
technologies for
ironium.
development.
They're not worth having. Okay. Up here, this is to our kind of superfluous level 1 geothermal plant. Can I steady you? I can. Why would I steady you by hand when I can just drop one of these off and let it study for me? Progress. Okay, so things looking pretty good around here. Simple upgrading. It's so little. It doesn't feel like it would be of any real use to cap it. That takes things I don't want to use. Again, things I don't want to upgrade because they take a bunch of ironium if I do that.
I'm detecting a decrease in wind speed. This may affect our wind turbines.
No, we've actually been decreasing our power intake, I think. If anything. Okay, that's all up to snuff. So we will be encapsulating this section of base, and then I think but one of the more useful things to do with it will be just make sure I have defenses all along that bottom wall. And it doesn't seem like the only area that had flyers or creatures with the ability to make it across canyons that I've encountered so far in this game that I know of were in the specialty zone. We're in the metallic terror, or the metal terror DLC area. So We shouldn't encounter any issues from across the gorge. They're more likely to break themselves over near the kind of western area where we had the science doing its thing, or the research station doing its thing, and then this bottom area is relatively exposed, and then over there where all of the we have been attacked many times recently, many times recently, that area is very exposed in terms of just everything that goes on there. So I'm inclined to... That's why it's getting the heaviest defenses. It seems like every time that we've ever been attacked since I set that area up, that's where they want to attack first. So, I mean, it's well defended. I just need the money. I just need the money to pay for things, which I guess, if I'm not being careful, I could just plop a couple of Ironium factories down over here. You know, increase my income that way. Because the area is pretty nice. Apparently, you don't care much for my acid projectiles. They're a little too resilient against that. Okay. So, theoretically, we could plop... Where's my... Yeah, I think best coverage is those two locations. And I just need to bring power over here. There we go. There. Now that's got power, and we increase our Ironium input, or gain. Make sure that everything around here is taken care of, so that we're not surprised later on. Gotta love the cold stuff. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but man, is it effective crowd control. See, now we're up to 41, and we're almost there. Ooh, I gotta go make preparations. Yeah, I should really have upgraded all of the walls around here. Oh no. Oh no, I should still make it. I can still make it. Right, and then I made the level 3 walls of those. Nice. Okay, here we go. Setting up the power. How much longer do we need? Cobalt?
The technology
I used too much cobalt?
Technologies for development.
Okay. Every time I've popped one of, yeah, these things, it's giving me a bunch of just random resources. Maybe it'll do it this time again as well. Have any cobalt inside? Any cobalt? A lightning gun? You're telling me I could have been playing with a lightning gun this whole time? Why did I not explore that thing further? And drop off a scanner turret for good measure. Well... So, if I don't have enough cobalt, it might be time to go over to our cobalt mining area and, see what we can find over there. Because apparently, I'm low on cobalt. I did not anticipate having to leave this area this time, but I have been known to be wrong in the past. So where in the world am I mining cobalt from? Or oh, I can get cobalt there. And there's one I know of that's immediately outside of... Yes, okay, here we go. Alright, so coming back in here, and right there, just right on top of all of these dead bodies. Okay, so we get our specialty miner. We set one there. I think the only place I can get more is there. Then we wait for the minute, just in the off chance that anything happens. Not that I anticipate it happening, but I totally anticipate it happening. I'm gonna set up this energy wall right there, because we're still getting tons of passive income from our previous location. And then setting up power to these guys, and then, I don't know. Defensive structures. What
The technology queue is idle. Select new technologies for development.
I just hope that it finishes. Honestly, I just hope that it finishes. Because let's see. Was there actually? No, it's all wind power.
Wind is getting slower.
So as soon as those start producing, I'm out of here. I do not want to stick around in another location where
Wind speed is at a low today.
the enemies are gonna attack us. Then I have to sit through a wave, and then we can keep moving. We're gonna skip the part where I have to sit through a wave, because as soon as just need these to finish, and then I can leave. And I never have to come back. Hopefully, for real this time. Okay, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4,
The
3,
technology queue is
2,
idle. Select new technologies.
1, and we push the escape button to get to and get us out of here. I don't want to see it again. And just like that, wouldn't you know it, by checking power, we can see that the cobalt number is coming up. And if I close the menu and go back into it, I've got enough. Doesn't say I have enough, but I have enough. Okay, sweet. Well, that was annoying. Why is it saying I can't build another one? Because I can't build it level 2 for some reason, but I should be able to... It's building. Why were you lying to me, game? That's not nice. Okay, but we have our second facility, which is building. And with that in mind, let's set us up some tubes.
The technology queue is idle. Select new technologies
Okay.
for development.
Gotta make sure that these tubes make it to all of our different plasma eating facilities. Go. This one needs a tube. And this one needs a tube. Good. And then this one's gonna need a tube. Go. Good, good, good. Just remembered that I need to draw mud out of this guy. Bring it over here. Turn mud into water. Filtering it. And put that into that port right there.
The technology queue
Very
is empty.
carefully remove those without accidentally selling the new facility that I'm trying to build. Okay. So, and then that will all fill up. This will convert plasma energy into super plasma, and then power our new cannon, which I'm just going to remind everyone that the range of this cannon is almost the exact same as the radar. And wouldn't you know it, that attack is going to show up just at about the right time for this to all come online. So, because the way that the attacks have worked in the past is that that timer will run out, and then the next timer will start up. And I want to make sure that this is producing me as much mud as it possibly can, because I had issues with that in the past. Okay, but This says it's producing water at 100 per second.
The technology
So
queue
I gotta
is
hope
idle.
that it is
Select new
producing water at 100
technologies
per
for
second.
development.
We got that timer's gonna run out. Then there's gonna be a secondary timer as everything starts running towards my buildings. And I mean, this place is really well defended. Don't get me wrong. This is really well defended, but we've had issues in the past with things coming up and kind of catching us unawares. So let's not let that happen anymore, please. And speaking of which, research, right. Have to get this newest tier of research for all of that. We have the ultimate research for some of the melee weapons that we could be doing, which sounds like it's going to be fun. This requires the headquarters. You know, I never used the hammer yet. Why don't we add that? And that'll be enough time, basically enough time for us to clear out this wave, I think. Last tiers are all kind of dull, in my opinion. How long would that take? That takes an hour because we don't have a lot of the science facilities. This would only take 19 minutes, so we'll do that. Okay. Alright. 45 seconds until the secondary timer goes, but we've got another minute before the fusion plant is ready. Come on. Let's upgrade that. Do not have another upgrade for this yet because I do not have the next level headquarters. And basically, as soon as this is ready and we're done with this attack wave, we're going to get the materials to upgrade the headquarters one more time. And that is going to trigger another wave, which is why I wanted to have all of this in place, because that's going to be another monstrous wave that we're going to have to deal with, I'm sure. Okay, here we go. Attack incoming, 40 seconds. But if I'm right, this has 20 seconds before it's done building, and it will begin producing plasma at that point, which will feed all of our cool new buildings and facilities. And oh, come on. This is scary. Please finish building. 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Finish building, plasma is inserted, and whoa! Yes! Look at that go! Look at this beast! Yeah! Break yourselves against my walls. You shall go no further. Now I truly feel like a dealer of death and destruction.
Base is under attack.
It is a good feeling. It is a very good feeling. Ooh, wow. Things are doing a bit more damage, but they're breaking themselves on the shields, which are protecting all of my facilities. Because if I go into here, things have taken very little real damage, even though we've had massive monster attack waves. I'm eating my words as I say that because I don't have as much preparation on this side. Oh, no. I need to not be on fist right now. Okay, they've broken my walls a little bit. That's because they had stupid mortar things. But, you know. Oh boy. We're okay. Okay, so they kind of took out a wall and I think 2 towers that I had in kind of protection zone there. But I mean, this side of things didn't have a whole lot of major protections. So that just tells me that I need to add a few more towers here. That's all. Let's grab some standard towers. Let's make sure that we definitely have a mortar tower. Mortar towers are so necessary for taking out the ridiculously long-range things. Flamethrower tower, of course. Look at this. The thing is doing work. It's grabbing the edges of the map. Things are just areas where any monster exists. But man, is its charge up time slow. Okay, thing to note. very slow charge up time. And you produce super plasma at 50. You consume at 25. I can make another one. I can make another one. Yeah. Ah, that's nice. So we just stick that like that, and now we've got 2. Yes. Alright, and now, because that is slightly less of a or the Ironium intake is slightly less of a concern, I'm going to sell off... Oop, not that much. Well, kind of that much. I'm going to sell off some of these walls that I know I had just upgraded, but I'm going to exchange them for the energy wall, which will be doing just as much nice things for us. And more, because it does damage when things try and attack it, so always nice. We want a bunch of different type... You know, the thing I didn't have was just standard plasma tower. And maybe a rocket tower. Alright. I think the defense here is looking a little beefier than it was before. Just a thought. Yeah. Well, and to go even that one more ridiculous step forward, I see no real reason not to just add a second wall. Why leave chance in the hand of one wall when I can add a second for very minimal cost? So yeah, let's have 2 walls. Let's keep it that much safer. It's pushing back a little bit
A
on
new technology has been developed.
certain things,
Blueprints are available for
but in total, I mean, I'm not losing a ton of range. The flamethrower and the Tesla towers are the ones that have the hardest time hitting things within that range, but the ones that I'm most concerned about are the mortar towers, really, for what they're targeting, and the heavy artillery towers are especially concerned in those realms as well, because they're my long-term... They're the things that are going to take out the creatures that are doing the most damage.
It
Like,
looks
I
some of these
attribute a
creatures'
lot...
attacks are originating from
Oh.
other points near our base.
I gotta
Interesting.
go do a thing.
We should go and
But
investigate that area.
Point being, the only reason that I think of those as kind of being left up to chance is just because the things that were doing the most damage were shooting from the furthest away. Like, the little guys weren't even able to get close, and not even think about getting close. Just so little attention that I had to pay to them specifically. Whereas when looking at these guys, these mortar guys that can only be attacked by 2 tower types, the my heavy artillery cannon, which was doing its job fine, and the mortar cannon, which has its own slight issues, it's just so much easier for other things, or they're going to do a lot of burst damage. That's what the idea of that kind of artillery is in modern use. So they're doing damage at a long range, but they're relatively fragile. I need towers that are going to be attacking them at those ranges. So it's good to have the mortar cannons where they need, or where they are now, in order for that to take effect, is what I'm getting at overall. Okay. So let's go take a look, check out. I keep forgetting I can just teleport. So headquarters, upgrade, what do you want? I can do it now. I feel very defended in that lower location. But let us just do some slight increases. Like, let's finish off this wall. Let's just finish off this wall. Okay. That makes me feel better, and if anything starts just randomly cropping up in here, I can defend it. But for now, I think that is the most important thing done. I feel like there's an 80 to 95% chance that they're going to make an attack in the area that they have made every other attack, so let's find out. Very strong attack, here we go. And where are they coming from? Right where I thought they were. They're coming from this side, attacking this base, because of course they are. So, let's make sure that everything is as powerful as it can be on this side. Because this is where it's... as of course it is. But, important to say that, our facility, our energy facility, is up and running at maximum potential. We've got good defenses in through here. Let's add defenses in kind of this area, as we can. Remembering to use varied types of defenses in the process. So that's all bullet. Let's add some plasma. And we've got 103 AI cores to do all of this with, so I am not concerned in the slightest for how much resource we're using. Couple of mine layers. Not add a couple of these guys, and then top it off, we've got mortar towers. Alright. I'd say this place is pretty well defended. And if I'm wrong, I just can't imagine the terror upon,
My sensors are
that
picking up
I will be inflicted.
hostile creatures approaching our base.
Oh boy.
Okay, we're ready for them.
Are we? Now I'm nervous all of a sudden. Here they come. And off go the heavy artillery cannons, and they're already taking things out. Woohoo! And this is why I bought them. And I waited for them to appear. That's okay. We did not care about those Ironium producing facilities. They were a stopgap measure until I could make a full use of the synthesizer technology that I had wanted. So that's fine. Those are supposed to be attacked. Now we get into more of the things from over here starting to be defensive. What we wanted. This is what we wanted. Okay, and I'm going to make a platform just so I can stand up and be a part of the fighting in case it's needed. But for the most part, the fighting is down here, which is what we expected. Which is good. Which is good. Not a huge amount of damage has been done in this area yet, which is awesome. Wow, is that what it looks like when it lands? That's amazing. Okay, and it seems like they're actually distracting themselves on the walls that aren't actually protecting towers, which is awesome. Like, they're attacking my distraction walls, essentially.
Technology queue is idle.
And the only reason that I am this far forward, which is kind of a stupid idea, is because I want the research and the mods and things that are dropping from all of this. Hey, hey, hey! Look at that.
This will buy some time until the next attack. Let's check what's new after the HQ.
Nice! Headquarters upgraded. Let's check the science tab. Got some good stuff. Let's go back to here. Oh, we gotta get this. We did that headquarters upgrade. And then I can increase this by giving you money. And I can only do that once, apparently, because now low on carbonium. It's going to take another few minutes before I can upgrade my synthesizers. Fun. These are the carbonium ones? Yes. But, again, surprise, surprise! The one area that I was expecting them to attack, they attacked! Because, of course, they would. And then, I don't have the resources for it, but, yeah. Would be nice. Oh, would it have been nice to be able to increase my lab speed. Wow, we are low on palladium. We are very low on palladium. And it doesn't seem like we're getting any more income, so might have to watch our usage of it, just in case. But again, on the bright side, we don't need palladium, or we don't need the 10,000 palladium required to upgrade this thing any further. We just need the carbonium, ironium, and other material. So the titanium and uranium that this requires. And then I think we're going to have to make one of these advanced magnetic stabilizers near this thing. I don't even really know what it does. Let's just build one. I know I was saying we need more carbonium and things, but it's going to be a lot faster once we complete the research anyway. So just make this and then find out later. It's kind of the plan I'm going with right now. I'm very curious about how this is going to interact with everything. Just don't know what it does. Like, what does it say it does? Stabilizes the big rift portal with alien base tech, more advanced than standard version, does not need cooling. Right. So, stabilizes the big rift portal, which should be this one. This is a rather large rift portal that we'd be making. Not a lot bigger than this, but I'm imagine that the whole idea is that this is going to be able to send us and Earthlings between this planet and Earth. It's a thing I did not really imagine was going to be possible. Now the targeting for that was weird. Why I left it to other things. Are you finally stable? You finally considering yourself to be stable? Is that what I'm seeing now? Silliness. Pure silliness. Though it's not spinning. You know, like, these things... Not spinning. I don't know. Still producing energy, though, so... This game. It's a fun game, don't get me wrong, but it has its issues. That's all I have to say. Very much looking forward to getting this next upgrade, though. Do this? Can't.
I am sensing distant thunder strikes.
And I'm out of stuff again.
Closer. Prepare for a
More
thunderstorm.
energy. Of energy. Got a little bit longer, and then we can research a bunch of new tech.
The storm is getting really intense. I hope it doesn't overload our power grid.
I think the power grid's gonna be fine.
A new technology.
Hey, alright. So now we start even more researches. So let's start with synthesizer, because that's one of the things we're needing the most of right now. Shield generator, do you say? Requires palladium, so you'd have to go back and secure another source of that. This also requires palladium in order to do its extravagance. Things to think about. Minigun tower, level 3, absolute. Oh, wow, that's a lot longer of a time than I thought it would be. Air facility, I still really haven't seen that do any. Yeah, we'll throw all of these on. Shield generator, power plant, don't know if I'm gonna be up. Because I don't. How much more plasma? It shoots out 200 plasma per second for that one. Okay, so we'd be able to add a couple more. And the conversion takes in at 100, but outputs at 75. Should be the same as all the rest, right? It's not the one you get. This is. Yeah, it takes in at 100 and then outputs at 50. This is the other one. Takes in at 100. So I'd be able to power one additional heavy artillery cannon, but I would need to go back and secure that source of palladium. And then if I upgraded Mr. Fusion Power Plant to the 3rd level, I would also be taking in, I would be putting out another 50, which would allow me to use 5 more shield generators? Wow. No, the requirement didn't go down. Huh. I think the focus is gonna be more on getting this heavy artillery tower level 3. Cause what was that? One that we had before that is 2,000 damage, so we'd be doubling the damage output of each of those towers. That's insane. 0.1 a second. Yeah, so it takes 10 seconds to fire. So it does 4,000 damage every 10 seconds? I'm reading that right? Yeah. Whew. Whereas your minigun tower does 60 damage every 20 times a second. So 200 times 60 is 1,200. Yeah, so still a significant, I mean, DPS over other things, but does a specific type of damage which is not always the best against all creatures, which is something very much to keep in mind when talking about these, is that some of that or all of that damage is going to be resisted by some of the creatures that will come by. Especially when we do the tungsten version of things, because that's gonna involve that is going to involve why can't I say or think of the words right now? That's going to involve the lava creatures, which quite a few of them resisted explosives, which is the damage type that does. That's what I wanted to say. Ooh, this actually is something I want to add, and then to the top, because I think we're gonna try out the best laser sword, and then definitely want to, like, there's so much of the stuff in this tier that is very important to me.
New buildings are available for construction.
And then part of what's going to happen is, while everything is researching, we're going to be building up our... Okay, I can't get an additional research facility, but I mean, just upgrading the research facilities to the highest tier is going to make it so that our researchers come in faster, which, why wouldn't they? Come on. Oh, I can't upgrade you during a lightning storm? Are you kidding me? You really? There we go. Am I clicking on the wrong thing? No. That was weird. Okay. Oh wow. That took a lot out of our running research. Tier 5.
The storm is over. It's so quiet.
And
all
sadly,
of a
the
sudden.
power, or the awesome power that we had is now... Oh, well. But we are researching faster. What I wanted. Then I will let the research for the synthesizers go through. I will make sure that that happens before I start doing the personal researches. Things that just I want and feel like I must have. Because having the extra passive income on the two most important of our generation things, the carbonium and ironium, is really going to make things easier. I have a ton of surplus power, though, as well, so it'll be gonna basically maximize at some point, and I'll stop you from jittering now. I didn't see that. But I will make sure that once we're totally up and running... Ah, man. Yeah, once we're totally up and running at maximum capacity, I'll make sure that all of my excess power is being put toward the generation of carbonium and ironium. Oh, hey. So we're using strange rocks? We're using scavenge strange rocks in order to do whatever this is doing, which doesn't look like it's doing anything? Oh, boy. It would be strange rocks. They would come back to haunt me at this stage in the game, wouldn't they? Guess what? You can be dissolved at any time now, so don't feel safe yet. You're only here because I want you here. Don't you forget it. Okay, can I upgrade? Not yet. Not yet. Aw, it's 8,000 ironium. So much ironium. So much. I guess I could go reinstate that one facility that got eaten. Kind of a sacrificial thing. I knew that it had the possibility of being eaten. I just, you know, there was more important stuff at the time. I don't want to have to take the capacity of putting walls and more defensive structures around here when I really don't need to. Like, it's just a small patch of ironium that I'm taking advantage of so I can do other things. It doesn't need a whole lot of defending overall, especially when the whole point of what I'm doing right now is to make it so that I don't need these kinds of harvesters at all. Like, it's why we're doing this, is so that we can stop having harvesters. Okay. Let's massively increase our budget there so that we can get more upgrades. More upgrade. Okay, come on. Why are you not letting me upgrade you for some reason? Upgrade. It says I can do it. Why won't you let me? Upgrade. I didn't know what I want to do. Upgrade. 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 It has to be in between researches? What? No. Huh? What? I don't get it. Huh? Why? Why did it do that way? That was not necessary. Whatever. Just do whatever you want at this point. Leave me out of it. All I know, faster research. That's all I want. Let's get this done with. Make more, or I can make more things faster. Alright, armory level 5.
New blueprints are available for crafting.
And we gotta upgrade these guys as soon as that finishes, which is only going to take a few minutes now. Or even less time than it had been before. Could look at the science panel. Could look at all of this nice little upgrades that I could get
Better watch
for
out. A hailstorm is coming.
a hailstorm in the tropics. Isn't this described as a jungle on the other panel?
We're being bombarded by really large hail.
And of course,
it's even damaging Mr. Riggs's armor.
it's a strong enough hailstorm that it's able to do damage to my structures. Because why wouldn't it? And especially the power nodes. Okay, I'm beginning to see the appeal of having repair drones, apparently. This could be bad. Frustrating. Because... Oh, and the pipelines, too? Please tell me that this event does not last much longer. I would really appreciate not losing... Okay. Okay, good. Good. Just get everything repaired. Much as possible. That would have been really nasty if that was able to take out power nodes. That would have been unfortunate.
A new technology has been developed.
New buildings are available for construction.
Here. And I've got the ability to upgrade my synthesizers. And so we upgrade. Cobalt, so glad that I went back and capped that other node. Okay. Do the same thing when we get over here. And upgrade. And we upgrade. Okay. That should give us a pretty nice bump in all of our resource production. And also give us the tools in order to increase both of those again. Yeah, look at those numbers jump. Look at that power number go down. Side effect we knew about. We knew that was going to happen. It was bound to happen. But I know that we've got those two facilities over on the side, but we've got some pretty sweet income now that we can increase even further. So let's start doing that. Want the synthesizers for ironium. This is carbonium, rather. And it takes out at 800 and does... Yes, so ironium does the same. We've got about 3,000 to play with, which means that we can only make about 3 more facilities until we need another power station. Which is tempting. Which is very tempting. Or to increase the power generated by one of these guys, or both, one of both.
Research complete.
Yay! Things. So, instant repair, yes please. That guy, don't really care. This, absolutely. Those, not really gonna touch. Minigun was okay. Laser sword, yes. Just, yes. Plasma, ooh, burst rifle, yes please. I love that thing. Yeah, it might be worthwhile to put some plasma on thing, and I have enjoyed... Oh, I never did try out the heavy plasma. That'll definitely be something we need to try out. all of this is over. What is this? Shockwave tower? It does not use any kind of ammunition. Instead, it uses a massive mallet propelled by electroplasma thrusters to strike the crowd and create a shockwave. So, how does this game keep finding ways of making me doubt scientific possibility? How? How can it keep doing that? So yes, shockwaves can be created by hitting the ground with things, but you need an extraordinarily dense surface for those shockwaves to mean anything, and we're in the dirt. We're in plain dirt. And I suppose you could... Oh, jeez. I mean, I gotta know. I gotta know what it looks like, at least, so we're gonna make it. Slowly. Put that at the bottom of the list. And do some alien research thing, too, but... Man! Okay, how long is this gonna take? I were just... Oh, wow. That... Too long. Too long. Already way behind on everything because of all the different stuff going on. Back to this problem. So, around 3,000 passive energy. So, divide by 8. And then knock off 2 of the zeros. So, basically 30 divided by 8 is 24, which is 3. So I can make 3 more of those facilities. Ironium seems to be the thing that we need more of at this stage in the game. We'll make 2 more Ironium, and then 1 Carbonium, and I'm clustering them for no particular reason other than I like to have things organized like that. Put the Carbonium with the Carbonium, and the Ironium with the Ironium. Why not? And then... This is an armory. Oh, make it better. Give this... Oh yeah, this makes it so that we have all of our materials faster. Yes, please. Alright. Good, good, good. Now we have increased our income on our stuff even further, which... Wonderful. They're looking good. Now we're just able to make iron out of thin air. No real explanation as to how we're doing that. And carbonium, essentially coal, out of thin air with no real explanation of how we're doing that. Gotta love it. Got to love it. Alright, and our run out of materials. We're able to restock on our shooting materials even just that much. Oh my, and we can go to V5. Jeez. I mean, I'm not at the building limit yet, so it would make sense to make another one. Jeez. And these can be upgraded still. Doesn't even cost all that much. Okay. Welcome to never running out of our ammunition ever again. Sounds like fun to me. And then let's check the research queue again. Right. So weapons are all gated behind the other researches, and fusion energy takes a while. Apparently never did find enough of these things. Know what their research they'd unlock, or these things, or those things. Oh well. Wonder if that would have given me like a drone system that I could use as a weapon. That'd be cool. But I guess really not to be at this point. Kind of late in the game to try and find enough of those and get them to show up. Oh well. Maybe after the next big attack wave, some of those will show up and I can scavenge off their parts, for lack of a better term. And at this point, we're really just waiting for research. I'm not going to be upgrading things all that much. We're going at full capacity on basically everything else. Yeah, just not a whole lot to look at. And with that in mind, I think it makes sense to do a fairly sizable time skip. So when next you see me, basically all of the research is going to be done. So see you at the other end. Okay, so I'm back. Hi. We are not done with the research like I thought we were going to be, because I realized I want more palladium, and I didn't feel like it was right to do that part off screen. So let's go quickly over to the orbital the orbital scanner, and head over to where we got palladium. Here we are, outpost number 3. Now, the reason that I'm doing this and that I want more palladium is because I realized that I had been attacked off screen, and they were able to get through some of my defenses, and it looks like it would be rather beneficial to have just more... Oh, that's not what I want to do. More of the fusion energy things, which, surprise, surprise, require palladium. So just gonna do what I can to mine as much of it from around here as possible. And if I can get away with, you know, getting out of here before an attack happens, for whatever reason, I don't know why that would happen, but, you know, this game likes to do things like that. So let's make it quick. And we'll probably go back to the time skip, but I just didn't sit quite right with me to have this much stuff happen off screen. Nope. More of these things. Go away. We don't need you here. This is my palladium now. You can't have it. See? Fine. Go away. Okay. And I wish these little pop-ups for the ore wouldn't get in the way of me being able to see what the most efficient way of capping it is. I think that's pretty good. Let's, just for sake of argument here, build a little defensive wall around this area. See no reason not to keep this safe. Again, just on the off chance the game wants to be super frustrating and make it so that I'll have to defend this at some point, because you just know it wants to. You just know that first thing I do, or the first thing that's going to happen when these things are done building is the game's going to say, oh, after you defend, can't leave now, gotta defend. Just desperately wants to do that to me. Okay, and that's a good source of palladium. Any more nearby that I can find easily? Oh, why am I using the mini scanner when I can just build a radar? And barely. There's one just on the edge of the range over on the right-hand side, but that is not practical. It is not practical at all. Okay, these are done. Palladium should be increasing. And away we go back to headquarters. Okay, and with that all finished up, I think, for sake of not boring you all to tears, we do time skip, resume. So, things are not good. Things are now attacking from the side that I was not anticipating them attacking from, ever. So time to set up some very quick defenses over here now, because this is apparently a thing. I do not have the ability to use that currently, so we're just going to do it without the Mondo cannons and hope that some of the aggression is going to be headed down in that direction. We finished some cool upgrades, so things like these are Plasma Tower level 3s that we can definitely be using because of what we had gotten in that other location. Let's just set up some energy wall over here real quick, because the last aggression provoked me into seriously upping my capacity for defending things. So just a little bit on the worried side for what's about to happen. Oh, good. Autosave, just in case I lose everything. Gotta love it. But we'll be defended, right? Right? Oh boy. I'm nervous. Okay, that's fine. I really don't care if they take out any of the productions over in that direction, so that can go. The one geothermal plant can go. It really wasn't doing us much good anyway. We have much larger energy gain than anything that has over there. So really not concerned about those things getting picked off. As you can see from the researches tab, we are still quite a ways away from our next,
A building has been destroyed.
or from being done with the amount of time that's going on, but that has survived remarkably well. What is going on over here that is allowing this to not have completely died? Maybe it's this massive choke point that's prevented things from even getting into this area. And slow down. Man, that's a lot of slowdown. Okay. No reason I can't come out and help at least a little bit. And look at them. Look at those big boys. Oh, wow. Okay. And that's all completely annihilated at this point. So they're going to come to the wall, which is what we wanted in a sense, because that's where we've got the most of our defenses built up, but still scary to see. And we very slowly make our way back to the wall. That's why we set up the energy defenses. Okay, here we go. Wall, do your stuff, please. Oh boy. It is so concentrated over here, and we do not have our best defense type, which is not me. So, oh boy, is it not me. It is those mega towers. But this is holding. This is holding. I gotta make sure I get into the back lines here and take out anything that's bombarding, because you know how I hate those. Ow. See? Look at this. Look at this guy. Right there. You. Frustration. Okay. Alright! Alright, that held far better than expected, all things considered. And, you know, a bunch of familiarity increases. Always good. Okay. Whew. But, like I said, this timer still has a long time to go. So, I'll see you back at the next time that anything interesting happens. Okay, so some things have changed. Some things are still relatively the same. As you can see from the map, I've done a little bit of exploring. I got kind of bored of just sitting around and waiting. So I found a couple things, like this awesome new skin, which, if we switch off my also awesome laser sword so we can get a better look at it, look at that beautiful redness. No longer marred by large patches of silver. But yeah, so laser sword, that's a thing, highly modified. Got the best version of the burst rifle, also highly modified. The heavy plasma, which I'm not entirely sold on yet, and I went back to grenade launcher. But all that said, I think I can wait no longer. Let us find out what it means to have this truly up and running. So I say we start with the Fusion Field Accelerator
Construction in progress.
and hope that the attack waves are kind, because they have started to come mostly from the north now, which is a little upsetting because I don't have the awesome plasma guns in that direction that I would have otherwise. But, you know, these things happen. Also, very much learned that melee is not as weak as I had once thought. Well, maybe with the awesome got it from the expansion content sword, it's pretty sweet. But these things happen. And I'm just kind of waiting out the timer right now.
The wind is coming back. Wind power is returning to normal.
Because realistically, the only thing that I have to wait for right now is big attack waves to come. And I remember very distinctly after we had finished our Palladium addition, however you want to say that, to this monstrosity, there was a massive attack wave that came in. And I am not real. I don't know if it's not looking forward to, but I don't want to put too many eggs in one basket on this one and have all of a sudden, oh, both of these things are finishing at the same time. Well, now you get 2 attack waves. So we're just gonna wait out this timer together. Yeah, it's been quite a bit of an interesting time. I learned that the Shockwave Tower sucks. It has a tiny radius. Here, let me show you, because I get... So yeah, Shockwave Tower, that's it. Like, the next... Tesla Towers are pretty small, all things considered. Flamethrowers, not that big either. But the Shockwave Tower is absolutely minuscule. Look at that thing. Barely tickle outside the wall. Like, we've got the double fortification here. Yeah, and it would just barely be able to edge out to the outside and make a difference. This thing is tiny. Like, I would almost venture to say you should put them outside the wall and have them things circle, because they do have... This is the only tower I know of that has the freeze effect on it. So in that way, they could be useful for slowing things down, but they would definitely be sacrificial towers outside the wall, unless you have the shield emitters, which I learned double up. So each one contributes more shield on things. Like, we have some things over here that are shielded for 12,000 damage on top of their normal health bar, because they've got multiple shield emitters that are able to interact with them. So that's awesome. Unfortunately, I don't have the capacity, really. just because of the way that I had set up my initial fusion generator in that area, and I don't have any more cobalt again, it's just really inconvenient to try and readjust all of the pipes that I have in place, because the Morphium pipes are doing their thing. Really, what I would have to do, and I would so hate doing it, is I would have to set up
Excellent. We're one step closer to
a
getting the station operational.
compressor station, a liquid compressor on the plasma, and then a liquid decompressor in the right area. This really didn't... Okay, fine. You don't want to send a wave at me? I'll take your not sending a wave at me.
Rush this building.
So now we get
Would anyone want
this
that?
thing.
No, I guess no one would want that.
Was that a joke?
Yes, it was supposed to. I guess they didn't program that for you.
I guess
So
they
once we
didn't
get this up
program
and
that for
running,
you.
is that just game over? Have I been stalling this out, expecting some massive wave to happen? Was that just a coincidence? The first time? 'Cause if it was, I feel kind of silly for having waited this long. I could have been done with this a while ago. But, you know, these things happen. So I'm not entirely annoyed at it. I'm just confused, really. There's gotta be one last big thing that happens, like a wave from all sides as this massive portal gets opened up. I mean, heck, we had to build our magnetic stabilizer thingy. Like, they don't necessarily tell you about that. We've collected all of the special resources, we did the other DLC, like, is there really much of anything else left to do? I mean, I could sit around and wait for literal hours on end for more science to be done, but I get the impression that with this last thing being built, our time together in this game might be over. It's a little bittersweet. I have had fun. I've had my complaints, and there are definitely things to complain about,
Technology has been
but
developed.
New blueprints
on
are
the
available
whole,
for crafting.
this has been a really great experience.
Base is under attack.
Aha! Aha, aha, aha! Oh boy.
An energy connector has been destroyed.
Let's make sure that power is maintained between the two bases, because that is vitally important. These two definitely need to be able to rely on each other for power. So it looks like the power grid is maintained. Good to go there. Okay, well that was a very random attack, seemingly out of nowhere. Luckily we have the 3 big boys on it. Oh, and fun thing that I remembered that I could have been doing, you can equip mods on the towers that you have at your disposal. So why don't we just stick on enough mods on this guy that we can increase... Oop, don't want that one, and there. Now, this one on the left fires at once every 5 seconds. We've effectively doubled its rate of fire. Isn't that nice? But let's head back over here, because we've got 42 seconds before the last component on our big rift gate portal thing opens up, and it's time to see whatever happens after that. Actually gonna feel really silly if all of this extra preparing that I've been doing, setting up the big boys in the bottom left-hand corner, the massive amount of the shield generators, is all for nothing. And this is just gonna power up like anything else.
That's great news. It wasn't easy to gather all that titanium to build it.
No, it was not.
Ashley, We have assembled
Okay.
all of the Rift Station
Trainer station for the
components.
power-up
We can
sequence. Walk
start
onto the
with
Rift
Battery
Station.
for the
Complete
power-up
diagnostic check to the
sequence.
station. Okay.
Walk onto the Rift Station to
Stay
initiate
on there.
a complete diagnostics check of all of the station's subsystems. I am initiating Rift Station diagnostics.
I am on the Rift Station.
In the meantime, please verify the list of resources
Wait.
that are necessary to begin the Rift Station charge-up procedure.
Okay, Mr. Riggs, we are going to need 3 primary ingredients to power up the portal. A starting charge that's going to initiate the sequence. A
Excuse
stable
me?
flow of supercharged plasma for the rift gate. And coolant to stabilize the station during the process. This shouldn't be that difficult with the infrastructure we already have in place.
Station diagnostics complete. Portal gate structure check.
Oh my.
Okay. Power couplings check. Okay. Fusion field accelerator plasma conduits check. Okay. Hyperparticle condenser capacitor flux. Okay. Quantum gate stabilizer magnetron check. Error. Magnetic field unstable.
Wait.
Oh no. We should have expected this. This planet's magnetic field is not behaving in a normal way. We won't be able to get off the planet if we don't
Yeah, that's what this
stabilize
guy's
the
for.
magnetic field around the rift station.
We can stabilize the magnetic field by constructing additional magnetic field stabilizers around the Rift Station.
Yes, we can do that, but
Oh, I need
this
4 of
complicates
them.
the process
Jeez.
Significantly.
Okay, well, that's not
Magnetic
hard.
stabilizers require a lot of resources to be
they're all
built. They
super
use a
easy.
lot of energy themselves. They require cooling, and we will have to place them around the portal, but not
Placement
close to
things,
each
but
other.
hard.
We can expand our external mining
Ow.
outposts to speed up the process of gathering resources. We can also use the orbital scanner to search for new resource-rich locations.
We
Jeez.
might also have to rearrange the buildings around the rift station to make all of this possible. Well, as someone once said, we're not doing this because it's
We
easy,
do not do this
but
because it
it's
is
hard.
easy, but
Let's keep
because it
going.
is hard. We will make it to the moon. Okay. Well, that part's done. Okay. So the game does have one final bit of difficulty. We have to deliver 5,000 water to the Rift Station. I'm beginning to understand why they advise, or so, wait. It's 5,000 water capacity. That makes me curious. What happens if I stick one of these on? Because theoretically, this increases the amount of water capacity that I would have going to the station without having to increase the amount of water I generate. Aha! I don't think that's how that was intended. But I'm gonna use it like that anyway. Well, there's the water you wanted. And here comes the plasma. Come on. That is so entirely not how this was intended. Also, I'm realizing that I have to have no, is it just that these weren't completed yet? Okay, so that one's completed now. Does this one have to be in an area where it covers? That one's touching. That one is not. That one will be interesting. Okay, so I've got 2 of,
Blueprints are available for crafting.
or 4 of those guys. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. That's how that works. Yep, I'm delivering quote-unquote 5,000 water to the Rift Station. No, I'm delivering 100 water per second from this guy. That's 100 water per second. It's not a total. See.
A new technology has been developed.
is
New blueprints are
relatively
available
annoying,
for
but
crafting.
I'm just gonna go through with it because
Research completed.
hey, things have completed. Oh yeah, and I found out that the that one creature that has a bunch of birds that flock out and attack you, it allows you to research drones. That's cool. So I've kind of been doing that in the background. Oh, incoming attack, and now it comes from the south. Really? 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 Really, really? Okay, fine. Fine. Okay, so... should be... oh no. It's 3 of 4, but this one is not in an area that can see it, so we gotta reposition this guy. Might have to reposition quite a bit on that front. I can't build him. Is that because of adjacency? I don't think so. Just get rid of that. I don't need that much extra storage. Can I build here? Yeah, okay. And that'll be my 4th thing around this guy. That'll be good. Yay. Okay, so that's those, that's that. Okay, so it's energy. I need a stupid amount of energy storage. I don't need energy, I need energy storage. Hold, please, while I upgrade all of my energy storing devices. Because I can get a lot of those. Because we're only concerned about the initial charge. Let's let all that do its thing. Oh, wow. Those are taking up a lot of energy now? What? Why? How? Ooh. Oh! It's these things.
Danger. An aggressive
I think it's those are causing massive energy draw. Oh no. Oh no, no. I need to make up the difference in power very quickly, very... I hate to do it, but I got to. We're gonna make nuclear. Oh, but that's gonna take a while to get here. Oh boy. I don't have that kind of time before the incoming attack wave hits. That's not good. It's not good at all.
Base is under attack.
But this will make up the energy deficit when the time comes. Oh boy. Oh boy. I gotta get over here. Luckily, my massive cannons are firing, so that's good. And I can show you a little bit of the devastation that I can wreak with my new laser sword. Wow. Seeing those things go off is just truly spectacular every time. Yeah, I should probably let the cannons do the work, mostly. Yeah, and I had set up a couple of extra Carbonium factories in order to just increase all of my income, really. There are a lot of little moving things around here.
I am rerunning diagnostics on the quantum gate stabilizer. All systems check. Magnetic field stabilized.
Okay, magnetic stabilizers are in place. Everything is looking good.
Great. We can move forward with the rest of the preparations.
Oh, that was dumb. Oh, that was dumb. Oh, that was dumb. Yeah, when those things explode, they hurt me too. Not a good idea. Not a good idea to be in that area. Whew. Let's just leave them some presents as I go back to my wall and let myself recuperate. That's what the towers are for. The towers do their jobs.
An energy connector has been destroyed.
And they are doing them beautifully. And This
Base
does...
is
I
under
had a
attack.
question about this. Yeah, okay. So, the shield generators are a singular shield that then gets potentially overwhelmed over time. Woof. It's dangerous to be out here. But it's also not that big of a concern because of those. I love it when a plan comes together. Alright, so hopefully my nuclear power station will be coming online soon. Things I can do in the meantime. I can cap, there's a geothermal right there that we can cover. Geothermal? It's been so long since I've had to put it on. Okay, so get that, then just get power. Base. A couple other geothermal areas that I definitely can be making better use of, I think. Yeah, look at that. We're just low on power everywhere.
A
That
new
geothermal's
technology has
an
been
axe.
developed. New blueprints are available for crafting.
How much longer on Easter? 50 seconds. Oh! And now all of a sudden we're getting better energy for some reason? Was the wind down? What? That was weird. Okay, well, I mean, we're gaining energy, we're gaining energy. We just gotta make a whole bunch more of these things. Let's just
The
start
technology
making a
queue is
farm.
idle. Select new technologies for development.
I'm detecting seismic activity near our position.
Ah, great. Hate when this happens. I don't really know how many more of these we need. We're just gonna make a bunch. Just gonna make a bunch.
It seems like the earthquake has uncovered something interesting.
Not like I'm
Let's
light on the
investigate.
resources required to do
Hey,
that.
Mr. Riggs, we're lucky today. It's a
Oh,
new resource deposit.
come on. Have to be... Oh, okay. It's not doing as much damage to those as I... That's fine. Alright. Okay, I went overboard. I went way overboard. Way overboard. But that's fine. Sweet, sweet nuclear power. Alright. Well,
The technology queue is idle.
and so we
Select new
start
technologies for
accumulating.
development.
Base is under attack.
And once that reaches 1 mil, we will have the energy required to start this thing up. And luckily, energy accumulates far faster than resources do. God, if we had to wait at the same rate as the resources do to get this thing up and running, I would quit. I would probably just quit.
I've detected an unusually large creature.
Unusually large creature. Do I have
Sounds like an interesting
time?
research specimen.
Yeah,
We
I
should
got
go to its
time.
location and
They go
see what we can
fast.
learn.
I got the power of teleportation. Wow, this is much, much further away than I thought it would be. Okay. Come on. Get there, get there, get there, get there.
The technology queue is idle. Select new technologies for development.
Woof.
We have finished all of the necessary preparations for the Rift Station power-up sequence.
It wasn't easy, but we're there.
Okay, and
It's
teleport back.
We're finally approaching the moment of powering up the rift.
Ta-da.
Please keep in mind that once we start the power-up sequence, it is going to
And
need
so,
some time to
it begins.
We will have to maintain a stable
And,
flow
yep.
of all of the required resources.
Oh
During
boy.
that time,
Whoa.
the starting
Why is it
time
lightning?
is
Where's
only
the lightning
enough
coming
to
from?
initiate the
Why are we
Rift
losing
Station
power?
sequence.
So
Energy
many
consumption of
questions,
the
so little
station
time.
is going to be extremely high during the entire process. Please make sure that our energy grid can handle that strain
Oh,
before
great.
starting the procedure.
Maybe I should have
Build up
listened to all of this
additional
before
reserves of
pushing the start button.
plasma and coolant in liquid storages. If the
Ooh,
Rift
boy.
Station power-up sequence is interrupted, then we will have to cool off the station and restart the entire process.
The Rift Station is going
Well,
to emit an enormous amount of
I have
high-frequency energy waves.
little doubt
We've
that
already
our
activated
defenses
the
will
local
fail
fog our actions. These emissions will be going out in a
before all this starts up. Oh, and I should say, one of the... If you can kind of see that the rifle bullets are going a little haywire, it's because I added... For whatever reason, they allowed me to put on a homing missile upgrade onto my rifle. So, yeah, my rifle has homing bullets. Who would have guessed?
Let's make sure that we are ready before we push the
But,
button.
you know, gift horse mouth, don't look.
It can be dangerous to our base. Threat neutralized. Rift Station power-up sequence initiated.
Yeah, survive until the rift portal stabilizes. Yeah, it's great. It's great advice. Try and stick to that. Hey, don't you just love it when your familiarity increases in the middle of a battle?
I can feel
Oh boy.
the ground shaking.
Okay.
The
And
weather
now
is
they're
going
coming
crazy.
to here.
Looks like the whole planet is
How we
going
looking?
mad.
I am detecting hordes of creatures moving towards our base from all directions. There are thousands of them. Ashley, this is it.
Oh, boss monster. Okay. Okay. Whoa!
I'm not sure if I'm stressing more about the battle.
That was
or
not
by opening
an
the-
intentional pause. I would just like to be stated at this time that that was not a tactical pause. That was an accidental. I was trying to hit the one button, but my finger slipped.
Kill it before it kills us. We'll finish researching it in the lab. I wonder what made it so
Just,
stressful.
whoa. Okay.
Maybe we can learn
Okay.
something important after
Okay.
researching it in a lab.
Okay. This is a lot. This is a lot. We're okay, though. We're okay. You're fine. Things are fine. Why? We got the big boys in this area. Teleport back to here so I can help this out. Things are getting repaired. Good, good, good. That's a lot of massive creatures. While you vary your defensive strategies so that you can take on things like that. Much longer? We are halfway through. Hey, thanks for saying it with me, Mr. Iggs. Wow, I am almost out of explosive. You know what? Switch over to this guy. Again, not so sure, but provides a shield, so not all bad. And, you know, they're close to the base.
Technology queue is idle. Select new technologies for development.
You get attacked by the base defenses too, so can't complain there. Oh boy. And now we got an attack that's coming back from the south. So glad that's my heaviest fortified area. But I think I would have preferred to have projectile piercing on this thing, because it doesn't seem like it does a whole lot of just outright damage. But I gotta say, the shield is doing some nice things, preventing me from taking a lot of damage here. Oh boy. Okay. Time transfer back. Those shield batteries are doing work. Gotta say, it's... How are they feeling now? Wow, barely drained after all that. That's amazing. Okay, how are we looking?
Is 75% ready.
75% ready. Not seeing a whole lot of extra waves coming. There's gotta be something, right? Whoa. Why is it doing that? Is that me? Or is that the environment? Or is that this thing? Okay, we got a minute. We only have to survive for one more minute. Oh no, it is a natural phenomenon? Maybe? Maybe this always happens? I can only imagine the simply ludicrous forces involved with this. And I don't know why there's some... Okay, so there's the two things that are moving up and down here that are causing some kind of particle effect inside. And I don't know why you wouldn't just add more of those
Technology cube
to
is
charge the field inside the portal. Like, why have something that moves up and down when you can just have 3 more of them that do the same amount of work? Oh well, or who knows? I'm not a scientist. I'm not the person who invented this technology. All I know is that I have successfully opened this gate.
sequence completed. The quantum gate is stabilized. Ashley, we are ready to open the
And there it
portal
is.
back to Earth.
What?
We made it. It's hard.
Yes?
Audio transmission incoming.
Huh?
Congratulations, Riftbreaker Novak. You've secured Galaxia 37 for colonization. This is a
Huh.
huge step forward for all of humanity. Our expeditionary forces
We did it.
start building up a colony. This planet has an abundance of natural resources that will enable our civilization to thrive for centuries to come. Your bravery and
And there you go.
will serve as an inspiration for future generations of Riftbreakers. The galaxy is full of planets that are waiting to be discovered and explored. Our new home on Galaxia 37 will allow us to
That's a terrifying thought.
go gone before.
Humans allowed to go even further? Well, there you have it. That was the Riftbreaker. I way over prepared. Well, probably not, but it certainly wasn't the mad dash, everything is burning, we've got to put out a million fires that I probably thought it would have been. But, yeah. It's quite the game. That's crazy. And very big congratulations to the people who made this, because that was not what seemed to be a very large team. And this is a wonderful to look at, and I would say mostly well put together game. Like, the only big issue that I had with it was simply that the liquids didn't flow properly all the time, but otherwise it worked really well. It delivered on its promise of being a base building, resource gathering kind of collectathon, and it was a lot of fun, I gotta say. Wow. Kinda sad it's over. I'd always start the survival mode, but I think I might do that one on my own time. For now, I'm definitely going to be making a switch to a completely different type of game. But that's mostly just a stopgap until I find something different to do. Just kind of let the credits roll on and just say to anyone that has completely made it through this series, thank you so much for watching. This has been a very unique experience for me that I am interested in continuing in whatever form that may take, and just it's been a unique experience to do this kind of thing and really learn what it takes to try and create content in this crazy world of ours. Is this looping? Hold on. I think this might be looping. Who does that? Like, I appreciate the work that you put into the game, but why would you not just have the credits end at the time? What? Just give it a second for the voice actors to come back up, because if they do, then it is! It's looping! Those tricky devils. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching. This has been Philemon, and I'm gonna get out of here. Goodbye.